Happy Sunday to ya. Happy Sunday to ya. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday to ya. Happy Sunday to ya. Happy Sunday. Hello, welcome to another edition of Sundays with Sam. So glad to have you with me today. And I would like to thank you for dialing in to listen to what we have to talk about today. And I would like you to like my channel, to subscribe to it, and just share it with your friends and family. We want to just make sure we get our week started off with a devotional. But remember that I'm only here on Sunday mornings, but it's up to you to actually do your daily devotional on all the other days. And what you can do is use this book. Here we go. Be still and talk with God daily. This is a 30-day devotional, and I am actually taking my lesson for today from this book. If you don't have it, you can go over to Amazon and order it. And also, there is a prayer journal, Be Still Daily Prayer Journal, that you are welcome to order as well. That way, when you read your devotional and you have those thoughts and different things you would like to remember, you can journal them in your prayer journal. You can write down prayer requests, you can write down prayers answered, just different reflections and thoughts that you have that God gives to you that you want to remember. So just head on over there and get your prayer journal as well as the devotional. Today we're going to be talking about distractions. That's a bad word for me, y'all. I'm still working on distractions. So today our scripture is taken from Colossians 3:2, and this is the Passion Translation. Yes, feast on all the treasures of the heavenly realm and fill your thoughts with heavenly realities and not with the distractions of the natural realm. Okay, we look at the word distractions. That DIS part, in Latin, that means apart. And the Latin word is trahir, which means to drag or to pull. So you're thinking about distractions that mean apart or dragged or pulled from what you're really supposed to be doing. And you look at that word traction, and I was thinking about, how if you're climbing something and you have traction and you're holding on and you're steady going step by step, you have that traction that's keeping you from being pulled back or dragged back down. And in your life, you can have traction. You're doing good. You're making strides. You're doing what God has told you to do, and you're accomplishing things. And then something happens to make you lose that traction because you were just going so good. And I think about that too, like with exercise, and you can have traction. You're going every day, you're exercising, you're consistent. Something happens to make you lose that traction. And a lot of times it's kind of hard to get back in the groove. So you have the good traction, you have good momentum, something gets your attention, you start to slide back down, and then you have to start over again. But just remember, you can start over again. Just because you lose the traction and fall back down, don't think you got to stay down. That's one thing we got to remember. Don't let the devil tell you, man, you just a loser. You just not gonna do anything. You see how you always starting stuff and then you just get distracted and just start doing something else and just you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna accomplish it. Don't listen to him. He don't know what he talking about. Just just start again. You can start again, and just don't even fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for it, because people will come and try to tell you, even yourself, in your mind, you're saying, I can't do this. I can't do it. Yes, you can. You can do it. You can do it. Even though you get distracted, you can just get that traction back, and you can do it. So we look at distraction, and like I said, it means to pull you apart in a different direction. And in the devotional, I talk about how many times I was distracted trying to write this devotional. So, but we see the end product. I have it. I didn't let it just deter me and keep me from not doing it at all. Maybe it took me a little longer than it probably should have, but hey, I did it. You got the book right there. So hey, I was able to finish it up. So there are always different types of distractions that try to keep you from your goal. And before you realize it, 2 or 3 hours have passed, and your attention has been shifted to something of lesser importance from whatever you were working on that was of greater importance. Here comes something that distracts you and takes you to something that's not as important. And it may be important, it may be something that you need to do, but you have to be able to say, okay, let me just do this later. I'm not going to stop and do it right now. And sometimes what you'll need to do is just write it down and say, okay, I need to go back and do XYZ. And that way, you won't forget because you put it down on your notepad or wherever you put it, in your phone or wherever you put your messages, to let you know that you need to go back to do this one thing over here. But we're not going to stop and do it now because it is important, but it can wait. Yep, it can wait. And sometimes you'll think, well, yeah, I could wait and do this later. And then you're like, no, I want to go ahead and do it now. Let me just go ahead and do it because this is something I can just get done quickly. And then I'll get back to this other thing I'm working on. And how many know? It might get done quickly, but after you finish that, you're doing this thing over here and this thing over here because now you've gotten distracted and you're not working on what you were doing in the first place. Guilty. I was guilty of that yesterday, so but we ain't gonna talk about that. Oh my goodness, yeah. Like I said, hey, I can write about me because I know the things that I have challenges with. So this whole journal, this whole devotional, it's me. All right. So, like I said, it may be urgent, but it's not something you need to do right then. Distractions come in many forms, and one might be social media. I know there's a lot of good things on social media, but then there's a lot of things on social media that just take your attention, and you say, "Oh, today is Sharon's birthday. Let me just get on here and just tell her happy birthday." And then you pull it up and you go to her page to tell her happy birthday, and then you see all these other people that are saying happy birthday, and you see other things that have been posted, and you get interested in this one. Then you click on that and it takes you to that, and then you click on this one, and while you're doing that, you have a Facebook notification that pops up, and you think, oh, let me just see what this one notification, what they're talking about. And you click on that and you got, oh yeah. And then you start reading that, and then you get another notification, and then somebody sends you something on Messenger, and then you're looking at, okay, you get the drill. I'm sure that has happened to other people and not just me. But social media, that's something that can distract you. So you have to really be careful. You have to really, really be careful. And sometimes it might be close family members and friends, and you have a family member who calls you just to say hello and just check on you, and then they have to tell you about everybody in the family, about auntie died, and about Uncle Bobo, and cousin Susie, and everybody. And before you know it, you've talked for 30, 45 minutes, and yep, You were distracted again. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. So, what we need to do is just think about the different types of things that distract us. What are the major distractions that seem like they continue to pop up? Write those down and just look at what's happening and when, and make a decision that we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let those things distract us. We can do it. You see, I say we can do it. Yes, we can. We can do it. And now, and when it comes to spending time with God, we need to make sure we're not distracted with that as well. So, when we want to do our devotional time, if it works better for you to do it in the mornings, but you tend to run out of time getting ready, just get up a little bit earlier. You can get up a little bit earlier so you can spend that quiet time and start your day off with your devotional time. And if you need to set your clock a little early to do that, because some of us not or can't get up as early or feel like we can't get up as early as others. So we have to just set the clock to get up a little bit earlier so we can spend that time and just ask God for the grace to allow you to do that. He's got abundant grace and he wants to spend that time with you. So just know that you can do it. We can spend that quality time. And at the end of my lesson today, I just have these words. We can do this. And we can. We can overcome distraction and we can get done what we need to get done, when we need to get done, how we need to get it done. Okay, that is my lesson for today. And we are going to end like we do each week. Repeat after me. I am one and only one. I can't do all things, but I can do some things that I can do, I ought to do. And by the grace of God, I will do it. Guys, you have an amazingly blessed week, and I will see you next Sunday.